Man said Gyökeres went from this to this. Arsenal 2, Villarreal 3. It's only pre-season, people. It's only pre-season. Don't panic. They're just preparation games. They're just practice games. Well, I tell you what, I am panicking. I don't care if it's pre-season. We've seen this story before, and it's not a good look. I want to ask all Arsenal fans in the chat, have you ever felt this concerned after a pre-season defeat? Like, that feels like we just lost a league game. And the good thing is it's not a league game, so at least we can take a little bit of calm out of the fact that we haven't just lost 3 points at Old Trafford, but there are some serious concerns about Arsenal, and we're going to talk about them. This isn't a one-off. This whole pre-season, there's been a lot of question marks. I was on tour in Singapore. We kind of stumbled past AC Milan. Newcastle, we played okay, scored some good goals, but conceded 2 bad goals. Tottenham, we were awful. We could have played for a week. We wouldn't have scored. And then today, conceded 3 goals at home to Villarreal and even lost the penalty shootout. Absolutely dreadful. Let's start with the manager, Mikel Arteta. I've said a lot about this guy over the years. You know my opinion of him. But at the end of the day, he's the manager of the football club right now. So I want him to do well, regardless of what I think about him. I don't think he's the right manager, but I want to be proven wrong. He looked very concerned at the end of that game today. And it doesn't matter where you stand in the Arteta situation. You should always want the best for your club. The football is boring. I'll take boring football every single day of the week if it brings success. If the football is boring and it's unsuccessful, it shouldn't be accepted, because if you ain't winning trophies and the football's not entertaining, what the hell are you giving us as a club? I'm now convinced that Arteta is the biggest problem at the football club. For a long time, I've been like, we got no striker, we haven't got this. I think a different manager would get a lot more out of that team. The balance of our team is so far off, it is unbelievable. When you think that, 2 seasons ago, 22-23, we were absolutely electrifying to watch. A lot of these same players were electrifying. Defensively today, we looked unorganised. We looked like we could concede 4 or 5 goals today. I don't know what the problem is. Ben White's done okay, but defensively not as good as Timber. Saliba obviously looks better when he's next to Gabriel. Lewis Skelly effectively is being asked to play 2 roles, be a left back but invert into midfield, which I think for an 18-year-old that's not a natural left back, that's very difficult. And what I love about Lewis Skelly is his bravery on the ball and his quality in midfield on the ball. But should Arsenal have another left back to give him some competition? We don't actually have a natural left back at the club. We've got centre backs in Calafiori and Kivior, and we've got a centre midfielder in Lewis Skelly. No natural left back at the club. Kivior today was awful. You know, is he thinking about a move? Apparently, he had a Porto bid turned down. He was awful today. He was reactive, not proactive. He didn't read the danger. In midfield, Norgard got his goal, fair play to him. I think defensively, although he got nutmegged badly once, I think he's a decent number 6. I still think on the ball, he's nowhere near as progressive as somebody like a Partey was, or even a Jorginho. So, Marino, every time I watch him in midfield, I'm underwhelmed by him. I defended Marino a lot last season at Arsenal and said, up front, I thought he did really well, which he did. There's no doubt about that. In midfield, he is so underwhelming. He spends most of the time diving around, trying to win free kicks. And then Ethan Nwaneri, who I thought was our best player in the first half, dynamic. A couple of times overran it in the second half, but first half, he was the best player on the pitch. Saka, listen, I don't want to be too critical of Saka, but ultimately, he shouldn't be exempt of it either. I hear a lot of people say, yeah, but Saka gets doubled up on and, he's got to beat 2 defenders and this, that, the other. Let me just say one thing. Number one, this team is built around Saka. We are a lopsided team. We play down the right-hand side. He's got Ben White on the overlap and Odegaard constantly over that side trying to link up play with him. If you want to be known as one of the best wingers in the world and a world-class winger, you've got to deal with two defenders the same way you deal with one defender. When you look at left-footed right wingers over the years, the best ones, I'm not even talking about Messi, who's the very, very best. I'm talking about your Mahrez, your Robins, your Salahs. They deal with two defenders. Light work. Especially when your fullback overlaps sometimes as well. So I'm not buying into that excuse. If you're the star boy, if you're the best player, if you're the main man, go rip apart two defenders. Same way. So I'm not buying into that excuse. If you want to go up to that next level where everybody's saying you're one of the best on the planet, two defenders have to get dealt with, whether that's skill, pace, dribbling, intelligence, whatever. Your game may have to go up to another level because now you do have that reputation where clubs respect you enough to say, put two players on him. So that's something that Saka has to learn to deal with rather than looking at it as like, oh, people are... Nah, world-class players deal with that. Gabriel Martinelli today. I called him Gary Martin from Stockport. I said he can't be Brazilian. There's no way on earth he played football in the favelas. They would have kidnapped him. That's Gary Martin from Stockport. He must have come through like Bolton's youth team or something. I don't understand what I'm watching. People say he's low on confidence. He plays every week. He's on 180 grand a week and he gets in the Brazil squad. Why the hell is his confidence low, bro? What is your confidence low about? The way Martinelli is playing at the moment, wow. Like, honestly, he's playing at a level where you would say sell him. Honestly. I've said maybe if one of them has to go, let Trossard go because he's 30, year left on his deal. These Martinelli performances can't be accepted. It doesn't matter if you're a huge Martinelli fan. We'll talk about Martinelli from 2 years ago, 15 goals. He is in a rut at the moment. He is all over the place. And people go, yeah, but he got an assist from a corner. That is irrelevant. His performance today was absolutely horrendous. Genuinely. Victor Gyökeres. We've got one of the best goal scorers in Europe, and we starved him. You're in the restaurant, you've paid for your food, it's expensive, gold steak, the chef hasn't cooked it, the waitress hasn't brought it over to your table, you are starving. That brother is leaving that pitch starving. You could tell Arsenal have not had a striker since Oba. They didn't look like they knew how to use a striker. They didn't have a clue. Probably the reason that Mikel Arteta wanted Benjamin Sesko was we love spamming crosses into the area. Remember what everyone says, Gyökeres doesn't score many headers. So what do? Put high cross after high cross after high cross in the area for a guy that doesn't score many headers. Teething problems, you hope that they fix themselves. The worrying thing is we go to Old Trafford in 11 days' time. You don't have a lot of time to fix those problems. Maybe we needed to get him in at the start of the window. Be a bit more aggressive, give him that time to settle. I'm not going to blame Gyökeres at all for today. The club, the team, they didn't look like they knew how to use him. Max Dowman off the bench. He comes on for... when did he come on? He come on with 27 minutes to go for Saka. He's 15 years of age. He was the best player on the pitch once he came on. He's 15. Now, on one hand, it's a massive positive that we got a 15-year-old that is already performing at an exceptional level. But on the other hand, is that cause for concern that established players, internationals getting well over 200 grand a week, are being outdone by a 15-year-old? They're being outdone by a 15-year-old. I'd be looking in the mirror if I was some of them players and going, brother, there's a 15-year-old player performing at a higher standard than me. That's worrying. The kid's a star. If they manage him right, and ain't it funny that Dalman and Waneri, two of our best players, because they play with freedom. They're not playing with that Arteta system that is stopping you from expressing yourself. They're young. They've come out of the youth team. They don't give a damn. They're just like, give me the ball. I'm going to take people on. His little turn for the penalty was outrageous. Madueke misses the last penalty. Remember, this is the Madueke that was fighting Cole Palmer and Nicholas Jackson to take a penalty for Chelsea last year. He does the nonchalant run-up and misses it. Kind of sums up the performance. Is it just a pre-season friendly? Is it cause for concern? I think we've seen that performance too many times last season. We've seen it in pre-season, and I'm worried, people. Our left-hand side is all over the place. Our striker is like a foreign language. We don't even understand how to use him. Saka's being doubled up on. Doesn't look like he can find the answer. No creativity. Our two best players today were Waneri 18 and Max Dalman 15. That is worrying. But do you know what? They might need to be in the team at Old Trafford. Who knows? What do you guys think? Athletic Bilbao at the weekend, we are going to need to see better than that. They need to figure out how to adopt Gyökeres and his style into this team, because at the moment, we look like we haven't got a clue how to use a striker. Arsenal 2, Villarreal 3. And just before I finish, isn't it typical? The best winger on the pitch today, Nicolas Pepe. Maybe we should sign him. 1 second. Oh, what was that? Oh, we bought him. We did. We got him. That what? Oh, we paid 72 million for him. And what happened? We sold him for £3 million, and now he's going out of a pawn store. We'll leave it there. Turns out we sold him for £3 million, but he's better than Madueke and Martinelli. But Madueke missed the penalty on his debut for Arsenal. Anyway, people, like the video and subscribe. I'll see you all against Bilbao. People, bless.